What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. MLB DFS video. It is Monday edition. It is May 12th. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. A little longer video than what you're used to. If you've never been here before, check out the chapters. We break it down. So we're going to look at the two slates, early slate, main slate. We're going to go over every single game. We're going to look at the pitchers. We're going to look at the batters, historical matchup, the BVP splits, everything. After that, we're going to have our other segments. So we're going to have the matchup tool. So we've already done 10,000 simulations in the background. We're going to give you all of the batters. I have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating there. If you want to see the rest, you can check out right there. After that, we're going to do our Pitches Be Crazy segment. We look at the top or the bottom 5 teams on the day that strike out the most, and then the pitchers that go up against them. So maybe we can target them DFS-wise or sports betting. After that, we're going to give you our best bets. And by that, we look at the matchup tool. We look at everything. And we call that Makin Bacon Bet. So stick around. You are in the right place, I should say. So hopefully you guys had a great Mother's Day weekend, Mother's Day itself. But we try to have giveaways every single video. We try to have 2. First way, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. You do all of that, and this video gets a minimum of 50 likes. You will have a shot at a free week of FTA+. It's a week of all sports that we offer. We're not doing NBA anymore. We're doing every other sport. If this video gets 100 likes, a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, a shot at a lifetime pass. Second way to win, somewhere in the video there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Listen for it, type it in, and have your second shot at a free week. So we're going to roll right now for the winner. This is because you guys killed it and got over 115 likes on yesterday's video. So the winner right here will win a free month no matter what. Even if the keyword from yesterday is in here, it's still only for the video. So the winner, there you go, Donnie Logsden. I don't think you've ever won before. So congratulations. Please email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Let me know that you are the Mother's Day views winner, video views winner, something like that. And if you have an account on the site, let me know what it is, your username. If you do not, I just need a username, email, and password. We'll set you up for your free month, Donnie. So congratulations to you. So the key phrase was word to your mother. We're still going to re-roll it, so you still have a 1 in 46 shot in getting that here. So the winner for the keyword for the free week, there you go, Timothy Jones. Congratulations. Hopefully you guys had success yesterday. Both of you email Timothy. Let me know. Put in the comment of the video or the subject line of the email that you are the Mother's Day keyword winner. So both of you, congratulations. We are going to use Outlier. So if you've never used Outlier before, you are in for a treat. It breaks down it even easier than we probably could, but I wanted to have it visualized for you. On top of that, we have a link to sign up. If you guys would like to sign up using it, you're going to get a 7-day free trial. And after that, if you go their normal package, using our link, we're going to give you a free week of FTA+. You go to their premium package, we're going to give you a free month. You just got to provide proof that you used our link. So that being said, we are going to look at everything. We're going to have fun with it. We are going to build out as much as we possibly can. We're going to make you a better DFS player. We're going to talk stacks. We're going to talk at all things baseball. So that being said, we do have a 3-game early slate here. We've got Milwaukee at Cleveland first. Freddie Peralta versus Ben Lively. Now, Peralta has the day-to-day tag. He's scheduled to start against the Guardians. He does have a groin issue, so hopefully that doesn't phase him at all. That's kind of the only thing that scares me because he's got great numbers: 2.18 ERA, 48 strikeouts. Went 6 innings in that game against the Cubs. Did a bullpen session. He looks to be good. I don't see it being a factor hurting him, I should say. But these Guardian team, they can hit. They can hit righties. My problem is, so if he stays healthy and his groin is not an issue, you're looking upwards of right around 100 pitches. It just depends if he hits value. So value-wise, what I'm talking about on DraftKings, 2 to 2.5 times value of what we're looking for out of your pitchers. So at 9,500 times 2 to 2.5 to 3 is kind of probably the floor target you need to be looking at when you build out your lineup. But in his career against Cleveland, he has not faced them this year. Against him, 32 plate appearances, 167 batting average. So he's had success against them. And then the flip side of that, Ben Lively. Now, this is in Cleveland. This is not in Milwaukee. 3.46 ERA. He's hit value. Like, he's 7,300. He hit value against Washington. Just barely hit value against Minnesota and then had a down game against Boston. Like, he's had up and down. I think both players, when it's 2 games, both pitchers are in play. I think Peralta's more of your cash option as long as he's healthy, and then Lively's more of your tournament option. Cleveland bats against Peralta. No one's hit a home run against right-handed bats, so you do know. Daniel Schneemann batting 308. Yeah, Stephen Kwan, who's murdering righties right now. Home runs, 4 home runs, 336 batting average. He's killing it. Cheaper option, Gabriel Arias, 292 batting average, 3 home runs. Bo Naylor, you could look at. He hits righties better. You've obviously got, depending, Carlos Santana, 228. J-Ram's got 5 bombs, 255. J-Ram does hit lefties better, but he's a switch hitter, so that's a plus as well. And then if you don't trust Ben Lively and you wanted to go with Milwaukee as a stack, Christian Yelich does have a home run against him, and that is it. You look against righties, though. William Contreras is playing with a fractured finger, so that's always something to monitor. 294 batting average, few home runs there. If he is out, Eric Haase does hit righties well. Bryce Terang batting 337 with 2 bombs. Isaac Collins batting 346. Yelich batting 230 with 6 bombs. And Rhys Hoskins, another one. Caleb Durbin. Like, there are ways to go about this. So, kind of have to monitor. Hopefully, it doesn't bite us, but Peralta, I do like. His groin scares me a little bit. But yeah, if I were to use one, it most likely would be Peralta and the Brewers as a stack here to get us started. Boston and Detroit is next. We've got Jackson Jobe versus Tanner Houck. So Jobe comes in. He does get a matchup against Boston. Boston strikes out the 3rd most out of all active teams here. He's coming off a bad game at Colorado, but that's Colorado. Coors is a problem. The game before that against Houston, so he's had back-to-back bad starts. Boston's offense is good. We know this. He's never faced them before, so I always give an upper hand to a pitcher who's never faced the team before. So I will have some exposure to Jobe because he is 7,000 going up against a Boston team on the road who does strike out 9.71 times per game on the road. Okay? And then you got Tanner Houck. Struggled this year so far. 6.10 ERA. Did have a bad start against Texas, a great start against Toronto, a great start against the White Sox. You're supposed to. But never forget, minus 22 fantasy points against a very bad Tampa Bay offense. It's been very hit or miss. At 6,700, he is very cheap, but he is going up against a Detroit team that they are just cruising right now. So if I were to look at this, I am looking at Jackson Jobe, and I would favor the Tigers offense a little bit more. Now, if you wanted to go against, like, you wanted Boston bats that have success, especially against righties like Bregman batting 309, you could look at Duran batting 264, Christian Campbell batting 288, Will Abreu 286. Those would be the ones I'd look at. Devers 260, but he's in his own head right now. But I'm looking at Jobe and Detroit bats. Now, not much success against Tanner Houck, but Glaber does have a home run. I do like him, especially if he's leading off. Dingler, 292 batting average. Colt Keith, 250 batting average. Carpenter batting 287 with 6 bombs. Riley Green batting 267 with 7 bombs. You got Torkelson. Like, today, and just like in the past, Detroit is one of those stacks where I can't just get 5 players that I want. I'll be looking at different Detroit stacks here. So while you can have one of the Boston stacks that we kind of talked about, Detroit's the way I want to go. So now I could be wrong. I'll let you know right now. I'm not right all the time, but I could be wrong in this one. But I'm going Jackson Jobe, and I'm going a couple of Detroit stacks, and I feel pretty comfortable with that. And then we got St. Louis at Philly to end the early slate. You got Christopher Sanchez versus Matt Liberatore. So Sanchez comes in, 289 batting average, a strong start out of him against Tampa Bay. Pretty decent against Washington. They still have a good offense. Not good against the Mets. Really good against San Francisco. So we see this. He's already faced St. Louis once this year. 6.1 innings, 3 walks. So the walks were low. That's the only thing. If he could get the walks up, we'd be pretty good here. He averaged 16.3 there, which is just above the 2 times value that we're looking for. Then you got Liberatore. I like resurgence year. We took him against Pittsburgh. He went 7 innings, 8 Ks in that game. Did have a bad start at Cincy. Cincy's a Great American Small Park for a reason. The ball absolutely just soars out of that ballpark. Now he's in Philly on the road. He's already faced him once this year, went 6 innings in that game, 7 strikeouts, 29.1. We could be looking at a pitcher's duel here. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the offenses right now. Now, after 20,000 simulations, we do 20,000 a day. After that, maybe these pump up to me. But right now, I'm looking at this as a pitcher's duel, and that's kind of where I'm looking. So if we look at all the pitchers here, I do like Peralta, Liberatore second, Sanchez, actually Jackson Jobe third, Sanchez fourth. You know what? No. I like Peralta 1, Jackson Jobe 2, Liberatore 3, and Sanchez 4 in that one. I really don't know if I want anything to do with Ben Lively or Tanner Houck. Peralta scares me, but I will have exposure to him as well. That's the early slate done. And before we finish, you can see everything we have under the MLB tab. We've got prop bets down to chalk. We've got everything for simulations, projections. It is $10 for a week. It is $30 for a month. It is $199 for a year, but we still have the Mother's Day special. A couple of you took advantage of that. If you got Zelle, CashApp, Venmo, PayPal, if you got those and you guys want it, email me right now because we still have a couple of coupons left. Instead of $199, get the yearly package for $99. That includes a full year of every sport. So the rest of the MLB season, plus the first month and a half of the next year. The entire NFL season where we absolutely killed it last year. You got MMA, you got NASCAR, you got PGA, and finally you'll have the NBA season once it comes back. So we've got it all for you. If you want to check it out, it's first come, first serve. I still have 5 people that have not emailed me. They've emailed me initially, and then they just have not emailed me back for a not 5 spots available. So if you guys have been interested in it, on the fence about it, I highly suggest getting in there. Okay. So now we have the main slate. We've got the Pittsburgh Pirates at the New York Mets. This is a massive pitcher's ballpark, huge pitcher's ballpark. So you got Paul Skeens versus David Peterson. Skeens is up there in price, but it's come down a little bit because he has had a couple of games where he hasn't hit value. Didn't hit value against the Cardinals, didn't hit value against the Cubs, did not hit value against Cleveland. So, but he's hit, it's been kind of hit or miss with him with whether or not he's hit value. This year. He is very expensive. We know how good he is. In his career, 16 plate appearances against the Mets. So basically, half a start, not very much. 214 batting average, 25K percent. In this ballpark, I do like this, but this Mets team is a good team. You're supposed to when you pay you're paying $1 billion for your lineup. You're supposed to be good. There's no excuse not to. Paul Skeens scares me a little bit just due to the price wise and stuff like that. David Peterson, on the other hand, splits-wise has not faced Pittsburgh this year, 3.52 ERA. Kind of iffy there. Pittsburgh's not good. Maybe I take Peterson a little bit. At home, he does have a 3.10 ERA. So I think he's tournament-wise. I think Skeens is your cash option, but it just depends on which one we might actually get there. So if we look at Pittsburgh bats, just in case you don't want to go David Peterson, you want to think maybe he gets lit up today. Kind of like what we saw Pivetta did in Colorado. Pittsburgh against Peterson, Aguero has a home run, O'Neal Cruz has a home run, Andrew McCutchen has a home run. McCutchen does have 1 for 14, but that one hit, it's a home run. Against left-handed pitching, they don't do the best, but the ones that have success is Joey Bart batting 435. You've got Andrew McCutchen batting 306 this year, Brian Reynolds with a couple of bombs. They don't, to Brian Hayes, they're not doing very well. If you want to go contrarian and go Pirates, I'm okay with that. But I might lean a little bit more towards Peterson. And then Mets bats against Skeens, Jeff McNeil has a home run. Against righties this year, Lindor has 8 bombs, batting 305, dominant. Brandon Nimmo, 5 bombs, batting 202. Vientos, 261 with 4 bombs. All these guys have been hitting home runs lately. Alvarez, 359 batting average. Juan Soto's down there with 7 bombs, only batting 220, but he could be on as well. So I think a lot of people are going to be on Skeens. Maybe we focus a little bit less on Skeens. There's other pitching options that I like, pay less, and maybe stack against him. The ownership could be down. Just like I said in yesterday's video, Sunday's video, I said the Yankees are facing Luis Severino. He was with them for so many years. They've scouted him. They probably know what's coming, what counts, and stuff like that. They put up a 6 spot on him. So Skeens is great. We know that. And I could be wrong, but I might be fading Skeens for a Mets stack. Maybe I'm wrong. We will find out. Washington at Atlanta. There is some weather concern here. We do have Grant Holmes versus Jake Irvin, so weather is a concern. Grant Holmes, a 4.58 ERA. He hit value against the Dodgers. He hit value in a couple of starts here. But he's got to go up against a Washington team that I don't think I want Grant Holmes. Jake Irvin comes in 3.94 ERA. Has not hit value the last 2 starts. And then the first 2 starts, he did not hit value. He hit value in between, but Atlanta's been hitting pretty good. They've been coming on strong lately. So that's what scares me. I don't think I'll have exposure to either of those pitchers, especially on an 8-game main slate where we have other pitchers. So if I'm looking at Braves bats against Irvin, I'm like, RC has a home run against him. Stuart Fairchild has a home run against him. Whether or not either of those start, I don't know. But against right-handed pitching in 2025 so far, like Austin Riley batting 286 with 6 bombs. Verdugo batting 308. Eli White batting 316 with 2 bombs. You're looking at them. You're looking at Ozzie Albies. You're looking at Marcell Ozuna, Sean Murphy. Like, Atlanta feels like one of those where I'm doing 2+ stacks again. So that's where I'm focused on 2+ stacks for Atlanta as well. And then Washington bats against Holmes. No one's had success against right-handed pitching, like Hybert Ruiz batting 299 if he gets the start. Nate Lowe, love Nate Lowe. I think he had another home run on Sunday. It seems like every time he's facing a bad righty, he hits a home run, and we suggest it. Going with Nate Lowe for a home run again today. 6 bombs there. Great numbers. James Wood batting 270 with 7 bombs. Does hit lefties better, but still batting 270, which is great. I'm looking at Washington as a stack. I don't think I want them as a 2+ stack, but I am okay with taking them as a stack as well. So I want nothing to do with the pitching, especially if the weather is going to be a factor. That's always something to monitor. Kind of the same thing here in Miami at Chicago. Colin Ray versus Cal Quantrill. Now, Miami strikes out the 5th most out of any team. Colin Ray is up there. 2.43 ERA. He's been really good. I think this is his former team too. So again, I don't know. It depends on how well he's been scouted. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. I'm pretty sure he came up with the Padres, right? He did. He came up with the Padres. Okay, yeah, he came up with the Padres. That was 2015, though. I mean, that's been 10 years. It's probably different. Everyone in the Padres system is different now. So you always look at that. But I mean, 10 years ago, I don't think I count that. So 6,800, I don't mind him whatsoever. Tournament only, especially in this ballpark with the weather. And then Cal Quantrill coming in, 7.11 ERA. Is coming off good against the Dodgers there. His price is 5,000, but the Cubs bats have been absolutely on fire this year. There's no way you could put in Cal Quantrill for tournaments because maybe they do have a bad day. I doubt that happens. So I am not looking at Miami. I'm looking at Chicago Cubs bats. Against Quantrill, Kyle Tucker does have a home run. Justin Turner does. I wouldn't use Justin Turner. But pretty much everyone in this Cubs lineup is game for me, except for Justin Turner. Okay? So Pete Crow Armstrong batting 275 with 7 bombs. Tucker, 270 with 6 bombs. Suzuki, 6 bombs. They're hitting Michael Busch. The Cubs are going to, as long as the weather holds up, I should say. The Cubs are a team that I'm looking 2+ stacks on for the day. So I want nothing to do with Cal Quantrill. I do want a little bit of Ray because he is only 6,800. And then I'm full in on a Cubs stack. Might be one of my favorite stacks of the day, if not my favorite. Next game we've got going on, we've got Colorado at Texas. We've got Chase Dollander versus Tyler Mahle. I don't know how Tyler Mahle's doing what he's doing. He's still got a sub 1.5 ERA. He's just not striking out a ton. He struck out 6 against the Athletics and he struck out 9 against the Angels. But Boston, who strikes out second most out of any team, he got 0 strikeouts against them. Then he had 1 strikeout against San Francisco. It's very up and down. At 9,200, I mean, Colorado is the worst team I've ever seen. I know they put up runs yesterday in their ballpark, but now they're on the road. I would look at Tyler Mahle. I'm not looking at Dollander. He does have a 7-1. I'm looking at Mahle, and I am looking at the Rangers offense. I want nothing to do with Dollander. I want absolutely nothing to do with this Rockies offense. I don't care if they put up 150 runs the day before. They're historically bad. They're worse off right now through this day than the terrible White Sox were last year. The Texas bats against Dollander, they never faced him before. I'm still looking at Texas bats. So Corey Seager batting 348 against righties. Josh Smith batting 342. You got Wyatt Langford 289. I think Langford had a home run on Saturday or on Sunday. I'm looking at them. Marcus Semien had a home run on Sunday. Josh Young 280 batting average. Adolis Garcia 230 5 bombs. I'm all in on a Texas stack. I don't know if it's a 2+ day for me, but I want Tyler Mahle. I want Texas. I want no Dollander, and I want absolutely no Colorado Rockies today. KC at Houston, you got Michael Wacha versus Ryan Gusto. Wacha, 44 plate appearances, 308 batting average against him. Comes in a 3 ERA, so he's been decent. A great start against the White Sox. Again, you were supposed to. The White Sox are a good team, or a terrible team. Astros are a better team. But he did just face this Astros team April 26th. 6 innings, no earned runs, 6 Ks. At his price of $7,900, I am okay with that. But that was in Kansas City, which is a pitcher's ballpark. So the ball, when it gets up in the air, they can catch it in the outfield. Here, if they get the ball up in the air to the left field, it's pretty much gone with how short the left field porch is. So that's the only thing that scares me. I think Wacha is probably only a tournament option for me at that point. And then Gusto, 7,500 seems like a lot for me. Hasn't faced Kansas City this year. I'm not on that at all. Wacha for tournaments, I guess Gusto for tournaments too. I don't enjoy it. If we are going Houston bats against Wacha, like Christian Walker has a home run, Isaac Paredes has a home run. Against right-handed pitching, DeZenzo's batting 271, Paredes batting 288, Pena batting 283. Like, they're hitting righties well. Jake Myers batting 310. Now with Altuve maybe being out for, I don't know if he's been put on the IL yet or not, but he missed. He left Saturday's game. He did not play on Sunday with, I think, a groin or hamstring. I think it was a hamstring. They're probably going to be cautious with him, so you might get a Chas McCormick cheap option. Mauricio Dubon if he plays the outfield. Jake Myers, like cheaper options there. So I am okay. I am okay with a Houston stack, even though they didn't do anything against Wacha last time. Kansas City bats against Seth Lugo. It's not Framber, it's Seth Lugo. Or is it going to? It could be. Or Ryan Gusto. If it is Ryan Gusto, the bats I would be looking at depends. Bobby Witt Jr., Drew Waters would be a cheap option. Michael Garcia, Freddie Furman, Sal Perez. I'm looking at those guys. But again, this is saying Framber Valdez. Baseball Savant is saying Ryan Gusto. DraftKings is saying Ryan Gusto. So we'll kind of wait to see. But again, I probably am avoiding the pitching in this one. I'll have a little bit of Wacha just because he's had success against them. But at the same time, there's other games and pitchers that we can look at. Which brings us to the Yankees at Seattle. So Clark Schmidt is scheduled to start Monday. He was a candidate to start Sunday, but Ryan Yarbrough was the one who pitched there. So Schmidt, again, he was in, like we talked about this, hard, and he was supposed to pitch yesterday, so we kind of broke it down, but that was against the Athletics. Seattle, they do strike out. They were the most strikeout team last year. This year, though, they are striking out. They're 20th out of 30, striking out 8.61 times per game, and they're striking out 8.75 times at home. Now, Schmidt has a hard time going 6 innings. He did the last start. Strikeouts are kind of, I mean, he only had 4 in that game against San Diego, but San Diego, they don't strike out. San Diego's the team that strikes out the least amount, and he still got 4 out of them. So Seattle's a little bit worse. If he gets the run support behind him and he has a little bit of success, I don't mind him at 7,500. But he still has a 4.79 ERA. Then you got Emerson Hancock, righty here. In his career, I don't believe he's faced the Yankees before. Let's see. He has 5 plate appearances, 40K percentage, so he struck out 2, no earned runs. So I'm assuming that's out of the bullpen. Yankees are a dominant hitting team. They do strike out the 4th most, so you could throw them in there for tournaments or throw them in there for DFS or sports betting. But I'm looking at the Yankees here. Aaron Judge is on another planet right now. I'm looking at him. Pretty much the only person in the lineup for the Yankees I'm not really looking at is, and it depends on the lineup that comes out. But the Yankees, Judge, obviously Grisham, Bryce, or Jason Dominguez, Ben Rice. I would look at Paul Goldschmidt. I would look at these guys like Austin Wells. Like, I'm looking at a full Yankee stack here. It depends on the lineup that comes out. The only thing that stinks is the game is so late in the day. Kind of monitor that for the lineups to come out. But I don't want any Emerson Hancock. I'll have a little bit of Clark Schmidt, and I'll have a full-on Yankee stack. If you want to look at Seattle against Schmidt, like Dylan Moore has a home run, Rowdy Tellez has a home run. Right-handed pitching, like they are dominating right-handed pitching. If I were to stack against Schmidt, which I probably will, Cal Raleigh, J.P. Crawford, Jorge Polanco is murdering right now against righties. Those 3. Rowdy Tellez would be a tournament-only option with 5 bombs. J-Rod's only batting 230. Do you guys think J-Rod is overrated? I think he's overrated. Like, he won Rookie of the Year, right? Or something. No, that was Who was that other guy? They just traded him away. Not J-Rod. Kyle something. I don't know. He won Rookie of the Year, and then he just absolutely fell off, and then he got traded, I think, to the Diamondbacks. I can't remember. Those would be the ones I'd look at for the Mariners. Just kind of, you got to wait long during the day, since it's a later game on the West Coast, to see the lineup that comes out. And then we've got, what, two more? Two more games. LA at San Diego. The Angels at San Diego. You got Michael King versus Yusei Kikuchi. I would be looking at Michael King going up against the Angels. The Angels strike out the second most out of any team. Michael King coming off only 2 strikeouts against the Yankees against his former team. Again, I thought they would know how to break him down and know what he's pitching. That's kind of what it was. I think he has a bounce back game here against the Angels. Has not faced them this year. I'm all in on Michael King. Kikuchi, 3.83 ERA. He's actually had some really decent games. San Diego, though, they don't strike out a ton. Like I said, they strike out the least out of any team in 2025, and it was pretty much the same last year as well. Going up against a lefty here, you can just see. I'm in on a San Diego bats against lefty. Maldonado, if he gets in there, or Elias Diaz, whichever catcher, I would look at them. I would look at Jason Hayward if he gets in. Jackson Merrill, Bogarts, Arise, Machado. Machado's batting 326 against lefties. I love a San Diego stack today. It might be one where I say let's do San Diego 2+ stack as well. I don't want Kikuchi. I don't want any of the Angels bats. I could be wrong. I won't have any exposure to them whatsoever. Unless there's no way. I'm not going to have any Angels bats on the San Diego Angels game. I'm looking at Michael King, and I'm looking at a San Diego 2-time stack or so. And then the final game, Arizona at San Francisco. This is a pitcher's ballpark. It's a massive outfield. Doesn't matter what the weather's doing. It really doesn't. You got Merrill Kelly, 163 plate appearances against this Giants team, current roster, 219 batting average, 18.4 K percentage. Okay. And then Verlander, 100 plate appearances against this Diamondbacks current roster, 179. It's because of the ballpark. But looking at this, like Verlander, he is not hit value. They've still priced him up like he is a stud. He is not. He's got a 4.71 ERA, only 35 strikeouts. Could he do something? He could, but I am off of Verlander. I am looking at Arizona as a stack. And then Merrill Kelly for tournaments, 409. I'm okay with Merrill Kelly because he's 7,700 against the San Francisco team in this ballpark. Maybe a little bit of exposure to him in tournaments, but that is it for me. I would rather focus on the bats in this one because I think both of these pitchers they don't have what it takes. I don't want anything to do with them. So Arizona bats against Verlander, like Suarez has a home run and Pavin Smith has 2. He's not the same Verlander. Those numbers say. We look at against righties this year. Ketel Marte batting 330. Josh Naylor batting 320. Suarez batting 243 with 10 bombs. Corbin Carroll 297. Corbin Carroll could get in inside the Parker in this ballpark. The way it is, how big it is, and how fast he is, that's what I'm doing. Corbin Carroll 297, 10 bombs. He's probably one of my favorite batters today. You could do Pavin Smith. I don't know if he gets the start there. But yeah, I'm all in on an Arizona stack. Merrill Kelly for tournaments, I'm okay with. I don't love. I'd probably rather take San Francisco bats like Wilmer Flores. You could look at that. You could look at Willie Adames, Mike Yastrzemski, Jung Ho Lee. I would look at them. But I want more of an Arizona stack. I want nothing to do with Verlander. Maybe just if I make like 20 lineups, Merrill Kelly would be in one of them. And there you have it, guys. That is the breakdown of the early slate and the main slate for you. We are now going to do our 10 out of 10 matchup ratings through 10,000 sims. So we do 20,000 a day, like I've said. But before we do that, the keyword of the day is soda. Do you say soda or do you say pop? I know people in the South say Coke when it could be any soda or pop. Coke, where I'm from, it means Coca-Cola. Pepsi means Pepsi. So if you're in the South and you order a Coke, what do they actually bring you? So that's the keyword. Answer that, put that in there, get that in there, make sure it's in your comment. Okay, so 10 out of 10 matchup rating starts right now. Number 1, Wyatt Langford. Number 2, Corey Seager. 3, Kyle Tucker. 4, Adolis Garcia. 5, Bryce Terang. 6, Josh Smith, 7, Kerry Carpenter, 8, Marcus Semien, 9, William Contreras, 10, Jock Peterson, 11, Ian Happ, 12, Austin Riley, 13, Rafi Devers, 14, Gleyber Torres, 15, Seiya Suzuki, 16, Alex Bregman, 17, Eugenio Suarez, 18, Carson Kelly, 19, Michael Busch, 20, Pete Crow Armstrong, Cubs, 21, Sean Murphy, 22, Michael Harris, 23, Nico Horner, 24, Joey Bart, and 25, John Birdie. So we have 25. The record to beat is 38. One day I think we will beat it. We'll get a full day of the studs will be out and all the terrible pitchers will be up. And I bet we have 10 out of 10. So go check those out. Again, about an hour or two before the main slate locks, we'll have updated the simulations and we'll have updated the matchup tool, which you can find right here. Good to go there. So now we're going to do pitches be crazy. And this is the teams that strike out the most. The active teams on this slate this day that strike out the most. Tyler Mahle versus Colorado. Colorado strikes out 9.74 times per game, 10 times on the road. Michael King versus the Angels. The Angels strike out 9.66 times per game, 9.4 on the road. Number 3 is Jackson Jobe versus Boston. Boston is striking out 9.02 times per game. They're striking out 9.71 on the road. Emerson Hancock versus the Yankees. The Yankees are striking out 8.92 times per game, 10.22 on the road. I don't know if I trust that, though. I don't trust Emerson. And number 5 is Colin Ray versus Miami. This will be weather contingent. 8.87 times per game they're striking out, and Miami strikes out 8.29 times on the road. So to reiterate, Tyler Mahle, number 2, Michael King, 3, Jackson Jobe, 4, Emerson Hancock, and 5, Colin Ray. Okay. So now we are going to do what we do. We're going to do the Makin bacon bets. And what that is, we're going to look at the batters we think can get over 1.5 bases. You could parlay them together. You could look at maybe some that might hit home runs. And then we're going to look at the strikeouts. And we're going to look at pitchers and kind of the target I would look at. So number 1, Corey Seager versus Dollander. Number 2 is Kerry Carpenter. 3, Josh Smith. 4, Adolis Garcia. 5 is Bryce Turang. 6 is Austin Riley. 7 is Alex Bregman. 8 is Wyatt Langford. 9, William Contreras. 10, Michael Harris. 11, Marcus Semien. 12, Eugenio Suarez. And 13, Rafi Devers versus Jackson Jobe. So those are ones we think can get over 1.5 bases. And then if we look at pitchers and what I would target with pitchers, a little bit different. Now, the books are different. Their lines are completely different. So if you can find some of these lower with good odds, I would look at them. But my number 1 right now, I'm looking at Michael King versus the Angels. If you can find a line for 6+ or 7+ strikeouts, I would smash that one. Number 2 is David Peterson versus Pittsburgh. If you can find 5 to 6, I would look at that. Number 3 is Paul Skeens versus the Mets, just because it's a big ballpark. If you could find a line of 5 to 5.5, I would look there. And then number 5, if you can find it, Matt Liberatore versus Philly, 5 to 6 strikeouts. I think 6 is probably the most I would feel comfortable with. So there you have it. That is the Monday broken down everything. We had the early slate, the main slate. We had the pitchers, we had the batters, we had the stacks, we had the strikeouts, we had pitches be crazy, and we had some Makin bacon bets there as well. So hopefully you guys have a great day. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Let me know how you did. MLB, NBA, NASCAR, PGA, sports betting, DFS. Let me know everything. Make sure you get that key phrase that we just talked about a little bit ago in this video. Good luck to everybody, all you guys that are new. If you watch these videos in their entirety, that would be awesome. The more watch time, the better the algorithm, the more motivation I get to help you guys each and every single day. Let's have a great Monday. It's, no one wants it to be a Monday, but it is a Monday. Good luck, and as always, bring 'em